Good morning, guys. I hope everyone's well. I'm just going to do this quick video. I'm going to record while I'm setting up Bianca's MT4 for her. And because I've had quite a few questions over the weekend about how to set it up on a desktop, how to get all the charts tiled, how to do all the kind of stuff you need to know how to do. So I just thought I'd just record it while I'm setting it up, so it'd be easy for everyone to just be able to follow. So we've opened up MT4. We're logged in. We've closed all of the charts we don't want. So we've got a completely blank canvas here. So the first thing we want to do is we want to get all of the currency pairs that we have on our TradingView watch list open here, so it's easy and fast in order to facilitate placing a trade. So we started from the top. We find gold. So in this kind of market watch box here, you've got all the different symbols. First of all, you want to right click and click show all. This brings up all of the possible instruments you can trade, and then we want to find gold. Gold's the first one. Gold is the first we want to start trading. So gold, you can just press G on the keyboard until you find it, or you can scroll up and down and find it. Once you've found it, right click, chart window. Now you can make it bigger if you have a whole chart here. Now I don't really like this kind of style of chart. I go candlesticks, zoom in twice. And then I like to push the chart back. I like to have a gap on this kind of right hand side of the chart, because even though we don't conduct any analysis on MT4, when you're going back to place a trade or execute a trade or whatever you want to do, it's still nice to have that kind of extra bit of leeway, because if you can kind of without that, it looks like there's nowhere for the chart to go, and it's hard to envision where the market's going to be. So you can see it's harder to see. Is it going to, we're going to look to buy or sell. When you have that bit of extra leeway, you can see, oh yeah, look, so we've got a high, yep. This all marries up with our analysis on TradingView. Yeah, I want to place this sell order here. So you can see it. I think having this bit of space gives you more vision to kind of anticipate where the market is going to go. So that's what I do. So first of all, find the trade, find the chart, find the pair, go to candlesticks, push it back, zoom in twice, and then that's it. Next one is Aussie dollar, US dollar. So you can just click it back in here. Aussie dollar, US dollar is just here. Right click, chart window, candlesticks, zoom in twice, push back. Next one, Aussie dollar, New Zealand dollar. Right click, chart window, candlesticks, zoom in twice, push back, push back. Now I'm going to go through and fill up all of the pairs we actually trade along the bottom here, and then I'll come back to you when I've finished it. I don't want to bore you just opening up charts all the time. Right, guys, as you can see, it's taken a few minutes to kind of put all of those tradable pairs along the bottom there. Also do make sure when you are selecting the right clicking and opening the chart, it is the .pro version if you're on a pro account. Otherwise you won't be able to trade. If you say, for instance, if you open up one of these charts, you won't be able to trade them. And that's the whole point of having a pro account, is having that tighter spread. So make sure you're trading on the .pro. So now we've got all of our tradable pairs down here. We don't really want them all like that. So what we do is we click this tiled function here. And then you see that it puts them all in order nicely, so you know where everything is. It matches up with your TradingView. So if you want to place a trade, you say, for instance, we've got an Aussie dollar, US dollar trade. You can blow this up, and then you can look to execute the trade here. But first, before we go to execute a trade, what I like to do is save this as a profile. So if you close it, or you make a mistake or whatever, you can always just go back. So you go File, Save As. And then you can, it's File, Profiles, Save As, and then you can just type in whatever you want to call it, full chart template, and you can click OK, and that's saved. So now, for instance, if you want to go to a different profile, I don't know, Swiss franc, and then you want to go back, instead of having to go through and putting all of those pairs in again, you can just go File, Profiles, Full Chart Template, and then they're all here. So guys, so now you've got your all your charts set up, everything's set up nicely. The next thing to do is how to place a trade. And the quickest way to place a trade after receiving a signal is having the setup like this first off, and then pretend we've got a pound dollar signal coming in. So we've got a sell limit order pound dollar. We want to be selling at 125 dead, and our stop loss is 50 pips, 125 50. So we put it in here. We've got a 50 pip stop loss in our risk calculator. It's in the screen above. Change our currency to dollar because it's for dollar and base. So I need to be trading 0.5 lots. So now I know my lot size is 0.5 lots. I'm in the chart. I can press Alt T, what brings up this sell buy screen. You can highlight this, type in the lot size, click off, Alt T again. Now you can right click anywhere above the market for a sell limit order. You can see the green line. When you double click on it, then you can modify it. So now we want to be buying, we want to be selling at 1.2550. Our stop loss is 1.256, and then you can see it automatically places it here. I mean, this is a completely fictitious signal. I'm just showing you how you can enter, you know. But you can't press the enter key, so you have to click the actual left click on modify for it to work. And there you go. There's your 50 pip stop loss, minus $250, which is correct. And then obviously to put your TP in, you just replace, I don't know, 1.22, whatever the signal says. And then you can hover over these, and it tells you potential gain 1580, potential loss minus 250. And then if you wanted to place a buy limit order, so do we just cancel that, double click, delete. Buy limit order, say with a 100 pip stop. So now we only want to be trading 0.25. It's Alt T, we change this, 0.25, Alt T, get it off. Right click, buy limit order, double click onto it. Then you can put, right, so we're going to be buying at 1.22340, stop loss 1.21575. TP 1.261415, modify, bang, order's done. And that's how you quickly place a limit order on an MT4 desktop. If once the order's active, you can right click and you can select trailing stop. Don't ever use these, ever use any of this. Always click custom, because it's done trailing stop custom. It's done in pipettes and not pips. So if you wanted this would be a 1.5 pip trailing stop. Now if you accidentally click that, you'll be taken out immediately. So you want to delete that. So say you want a 30 pip trailing stop, it's 300 in here. You know, you can click that in, and then when the trade's triggered, this goes yellow, and then you know the trailing stop is active. But for a trailing stop, this whole MT4 has to remain on at all times. Let's get rid of this. Delete. So that's how to quickly place an order. That's how to activate a trailing stop once it's on. And to be honest, we don't really really use it for much more. I mean, say for instance we have an order. Open. You can drag your stop losses like this instead of having to modify. You know, if you wanted to just drag it to break even, you can just drag it down a little bit. That's quite easy to do. You can do that with a TP as well. You can do it before the order's triggered. Once obviously the order's triggered, you can't change the entry obviously, but you can always change the stop losses and TP just by dragging it, which is quite an easier feature than having to type it in manually. But that's basically it. That's basically how to place a limit order. Market execute. If you want to market execute, you can just press Alt T, bang, buy, bang, sell. But make sure you've got the correct lot size in here. I've heard some horror stories about market execution like that. Yeah, so buy limit order, sell limit order. If you want to do, say you want to do a, I don't know. Here will automatically say sell limit because we're above the market price. Here will automatically say buy limit because we're below the market price. But say you wanted to buy stop. You would hover over trading and then you'd select buy stop instead, and that's a buy stop. So, and then if you wanted If you wanted a sell stop, same thing. Hang sell stop below the price. Then obviously to go back down is just this button. It puts it back in its kind of box, and it's all back to being, nicely. But anyway, yeah, that's kind of it. That's how to set up MT4. That's how to get all the charts there. That's how to quickly execute a trade and place a trailing stop. So hopefully that was kind of worthwhile and beneficial, in case you didn't know. But yeah, that's how to do it. I mean, I wouldn't bother about any indicators or messing around drawing fibs or poncing around doing anything like that on MT4. But you've got TradingView, which is a miles better platform in order to conduct technical analysis. MT4 is a market execution platform. It's to execute trades into the market. Period. I don't know why anybody, when I see all these idiots on Instagram, these forex gurus, and they're on their phones drawing technical analysis on the MT4 platform on the phone, you just beggars belief what people actually listen to these idiots. But anyway, some people do, but hey ho, that's how MT4 works. That's how to set up your kind of watch list there. Just right click show all, make all your charts here, and then you can blow them up, and how to quickly execute a trade, whether it's market execution or setting buy, sell limits or buy or stop limit orders, and how to place trailing stops. Right, guys, that's it. I'm going to sign off now. It's a quick 15-minute video, and I'm going to do the morning overview shortly. Take it easy and catch up later.